LAN. Elevate squeaking out. They had a close game with Titan, and it's because they play extremely smart on that CT side. And if iBUYPOWER can limit their mistakes, it should still be their game to take, but Denial's been playing absolutely way beyond their expectations, and regardless of what happens, they'll be happy, but they want to finish as the top North American team now. They've got a chance to do it, and coming into this tournament, they were rated number 1 and 2 on the NA side, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And of course, as I said, the winner books at 8 with either Virtus Pro or Fnatic, who are doing battle right now on the main stream, so don't forget about that action going on as well. Maps, we're going to see Cash first. What's your opinion on Cash?
Cash, iBUYPOWER will start out on T side, and this is what's going to set the entire tone of the rest of the match. Honestly, this is iBUYPOWER's pick. I feel as though they have every right to win this matchup. You know, again, beating Titan in a close best of 3 where Denial did not. But the flip side of that is Denial's CT side and just general gameplay tonight has been lights out all day. I think CT side for Denial, if they show up, somehow pull this map out, they could potentially take the best of 3. You know, Cash is one of those maps where it's tough to call it a strictly CT-sided map, especially in North America, where maps in general just kind of go either way. And this is no exception. I think iBUYPOWER is here to play. I think they're the more likely favorite. I'm not sure how the scores go out. Dots actually reflect that. But starting here, you can't really call a clear favorite because I think the way Denial's been playing, they are just as capable of winning this best of 3 as iBUYPOWER is.
Yeah. Now, that said, the third map season, and that's been a struggle for Denial in this tournament, but they said, hey, if it's not clear, it's not a bad idea. They shut down Cash where they could with the vetoes, and they said they don't play it that much either, so hopefully we can just play it out if it goes that far. And of course, Inferno got through in the pool, which I wasn't sure was going to happen because of the way that Denial's been playing on it. It's kind of been their go-to map, and sort of punching above their level. It looks like they're prepared on it. Maybe take that advantage away from them. So
right, and Inferno is that second map, and that'll be Denial's choice, so they will be starting on the T side. But before we get there, we are heading off live now. Denial Esports, iBUYPOWER, lower bracket finals.
Semis, technically, because the finals would include either Virtus or Fnatic.
Oh, correct.
I'm being technical. That said, they're already heading in toward A main Daps, and look at this, Shazam is there too, but Skadoodle finds the first frag before Anger responds, and now Shazam's gonna go down as well, and they've exploited middle entirely, and they will work inside the site. Swag's gonna pick up a double, but there's Nafly continuing on as he did in the last couple of matches, but Adren finally will put him down, so iBUYPOWER is looking great to get this bomb plant. And now it's up to Fugly to respond, a 1v2 early on, and on the CT side, it would be great to get off to the start for Denial, but I'll have to play this back foot as Swag will get that shot, so a 3K for Swag, a nice play. Or, I mean, it's only a 2K, I take that back. It looked like, I thought he got 3, so nonetheless, they will get that pistol round, and it will be an early 1-0 start for iBUYPOWER.
Huge blow to the potential for Denial here. Again, that momentum, said it before, can go in horrible fashion for a Counter-Strike match, and for iBUYPOWER to come in, take the first pistol, really kind of steals the win. They've been the most vocal team that I've seen here at this tournament. And as you just heard a moment ago, that is no exception to that round right there. iBUYPOWER going to take it cautiously this round, but we have a 5-7 CZ armor scout buy out of Denial as Naf picks up
Naf got Skadoodle.
Kill.
Scout versus Scout jumping headshot on Skadoodle. That was huge for Naf right there. Now we sit at 4-on-4. Huh. Jumping Scout so strong. Shazam just trying to peek toward A main inside A, and as you can see, the bomb just rotating out around mid. They're still not sure where they want to go. They've fallen off that mid presence on the Denial side, and Fugly's actually going to go stack up B, and that's the right call because, as you can see, they're coming in through the tunnels right now, so it'll be Daps inside the site with both Fugly and Nafly. And Nafly with that scout in the first position. He's going to get one shot onto Nitro. That takes him down for a low HP score, but not much to work with right now, and they should enter in on the site finally. Daps is going to be in position, tries to get that shot on AZK, not able to connect. The Dren's going to close out finally on Nafly with that nade. As I said, 6 HP to work with, and Fugly actually takes down a Dren. AZK now is out as well, so Daps doing a good job, and Shazam's going to go ahead and pick up that scout. And unbelievable, they get an eco in the second round against iBUYPOWER, so They're not going anywhere. Denial's in this game already as well.
Unreal. And it all starts with that jumping scout kill. I don't even think Skadoodle was really peeking over that edge. He was crouched on the
There was like maybe one hair on the top of his head.
Absolutely. And the scout buys are most effective, obviously, when you're comboed with CZs or 5.7s, simply because of the ammo capacity of the 5.7 and the high rate of fire of the CZs. And if you can get them down to a low HP with those scouts, the CZs will clean up, and that's exactly what you saw there. Is that entrance to the B site was denied. And now we have iBUYPOWER moving over towards that blue door for a explode, trying to get that bomb down. We're going to see whether or not Shazam can hold at all with his scout over at quad.
Here they come, entering in on the site. Shazam with that scout's going to try and pop out, but Fugly does good damage, and Shazam does pick up one, and there's the body shot. Unbelievable. That did not look like a situation that they would all get out alive, and good play by Denial, shutting down an odd strategy with 4 coming out of blue door.
Some real finesse out of Shazam with a quick scope scout kill to pick up that 2K, and then picks up the tag with that 3rd shot. 3 shots, 3 blows to iBUYPOWER, and now Denial Esports sitting at 2-1 over iBUYPOWER.
Perfect start for them on the CT side. Already limiting iBUYPOWER to what they can do. Don't count them to go out of this easily, but it certainly sounds a little bit quieter over there as they boost up over mid. Swag's going to be the first one to drop, but that flash is going to completely catch him out right now. Shazam's inside that smoke. They're going to pull it back on him, and he's limited to what he can do. And now Fugly's going to go down, but Anger's going to respond with 2 before he goes down himself. Now it's up to AZK and Swag to try and get back inside the site. Swag does respond at least with 1. Shazam back toward truck side, working with Nafly as Daps rotates back around. Pardon me, working with Daps as Nafly is actually going to rotate over from B. He comes through Z and looks to try and get AZK, but now it looks like an eco could go the way of potentially iBUYPOWER. But as I say that, things are changing, and Skadoodle finds himself all by himself, and Daps will get the frag. So Denial hangs on just barely in that round. Daps with 4 HP, but a hat trick for him and 2 from Anger give them the round. And man, oh man.
The key to that round right there was that flash smoke take at mid. Shazam probably couldn't hear them over the flashbang. He was a little blind, and he was sitting in the middle of that smoke, had no call for Fugly over at A, who got shot in the back. Anger, luckily, with 1 FAMAS clip spray, picked up those 2 kills that somehow was able to even it out for Denial. And Daps to clean it up. Picking up that 3rd round is Denial. Moving into the first gun round here, we have 5 rifles on the Denial side and 1 off in Skadoodle's hands for a full buy out of iBUYPOWER.
Oh, Anger gets caught out, and Dren's going to get him. Skadoodle's got that op, by the way, so look for him to try and do something with that. They're going to go all the way back to White Truck and see if they can catch out someone toward Electrical. They haven't been able to do it so far. Swag, is he going to go make himself at home toward the blue door? Looks like he will enter that in, but not before Molotoving off the vents to keep mid a little bit empty right now. It's Shazam that's in the back of the site, working with Fugly right now, and setting up for those A smokes and takes, and Fugly's actually going to rotate off, so Shazam could find himself very busy very quickly here, and he's going to go in and catch out AZK. Good shot. That is the bomb, but I'm not sure he saw it drop down in behind the box, so he will fall back inside the site, and he's still got a lot of work to do, as now Nitro will peek out from blue door, and interesting that he's playing there. We've seen them switch it up. That's normally Swag's spot, but in the match earlier, they put him there so he could push out over T-Red, but it's not going to matter because Shazam's going to catch him. And as he rotates back to quad, it's up to Skadoodle to try and find that frag with the AWP, but he's already pushing back and falling into middle, so it's not looking good, but now they'll find Nafly. That's Swag looking good there, and now, oh wow, Shazam from quad does the damage, so a hat trick for him already, and they're going to head toward B. They've got no other alternative right now, as A's been entirely shut down, and Fugly's in heaven. He does see Skadoodle, but with that op, that's such an intimidating thing to peek, and Adren might just be able to get the bomb down right now. And Skadoodle finds himself all by his lonesome, managing to get 1 on Shazam. That's, oh, a shot you don't normally see Skadoodle miss, and he might take the opportunity with that to fall back and save the AWP. So Denial with a 4-1 score now are looking extremely strong already.
Shazam playing with full confidence. That quick A main peek with a pop flash to boot, spotted that bomb, and because he saw that bomb, he went ahead and re-peeked it, and that was AZK. You cannot lose that bomb at A main alone, and it caused iBUYPOWER to have to force that A push a little faster, and once they were met with some resistance, Shazam picking up 3 different kills there. You have to hand it to him. That was excellent play, playing with full confidence right now. He's in it to win it.
And interestingly, Nitro, the new boy on the roster, yet to pick up a kill. in this game. And now it's on Shazam again as he works over toward A main, and Swag is going to be back at the blue door. That's his home. And that's all he does right there. Just simple tactics, try and make some noise on that door and keep them distracted and busy and allow his team to try and make something happen elsewhere on the map. Anger's pushed up in middle again, and he might try and catch out on Nitro if he could get through, and he's actually just giving himself away right there because Nitro absolutely knows he's off on that side in the cubby, and they're going to flash out on top of him, but I'm not sure they're going to push. Nitro's a little bit worried that there's a second player there to cover him, and in fact, there's two as we see Nafly all the way back, and Daps is there as well, so... Pardon me, Fugly there as well, so they're not in a position to do much with it. Swag now trying to get boosted over. AZK is going to come in on Anger. Somehow Anger stayed alive a little bit longer than I think they anticipated, and Fugly got the kill as a result. And now Skadoodle in mid is looking for one more frag, and oh, he almost had it on the direction of Nafly, but he's going to rotate back over to B. And the bomb is lurking in that direction. And Daps has been waiting patiently for their arrival, so there's already two players from Denial there, and iBUYPOWER is going to have to do something magical if they want to get in. And they're already coming through the vent, so here it is, Daps with a big job, and he's going to get Molotov'd out of the back of the site, throwing a close-up smoke to try and get them in. Nafly's managed to pick up one from Generator as well, so there's two of them working from the same angle, and Naf's going to go ahead and readdress and take down Adren. Fugly's going to pick up the other one, and there it is! Fugly gets AZK as well, and Denial continuing on relentlessly right now. I've got another round off of iBUYPOWER.
Now, rotations on this map aren't exactly the quickest, but Denial executing them perfectly, leaving Shazam alone in that A bomb site to both watch Highway and A main in case of an execute. Naf rotating all the way around there to help Daps out in B. Even if they had expected that there were two there was a third rotator in Fugly coming in from heaven. Three guys in the B bomb site, unscathed after those Molotovs. Firmly in place, and iBUYPOWER could not uproot them, and that is 5-1 in favor of Denial right now.
Anger again. Oh, sorry.
iBUYPOWER on an eco.
I thought you were done there, my apologies. Anger's going to go ahead and get aggressive in middle again and catches out two on that boost. Swag and Adren already down. So another good play, and again, keep in mind, look at that hat-trick now. And keep in mind that Todd also played with this roster before he was on Complexity, so he knows these guys well, too. So it seems like Todd's been on all the top rosters in the last 6 months. Meanwhile, Nafly over at B will catch out Nitro, and AZK remains as the only player now for the iBUYPOWER side, and Naf's going to quickly dispose of him. So 6-1 already for Denial. This is absolutely perfect for them, and this is iBUYPOWER's map.
And you can hear Anger in the background. They are feeling it right now. The question that you have to ask yourself if you're a Denial fan is, can they keep it up, you know, coming into this next BO3? And so far, so good. 6-1. Momentum is in their favor. So is money, as they are banking 10K on Fugly right now. They can drop for days. This is a big round for iBUYPOWER. You know, money-wise, most importantly. Obviously, if they win it, that's another round on the board. But they're going to be forced to eco again after this full buy if they cannot. There's no op on Skadoodle currently, and nor will there if they don't start winning now.
Swag looking for that pick inside A, and the smokes are out countering that opportunity, and now he's going to try and work his way in, but he's flashed. Nonetheless, he'll push all the way through, and he catches out Anger, and Swag has absolutely no fear as he's inside the back of the site trying to catch Fugly now as well, and he will do so. So Shazam and Nafly have to rotate around. Nafly's managed to pick up one. They're all there, though, so iBUYPOWER looking poised to put another one on the map, or pardon me, on the board as the bomb will go down. And it's just Daps and Nafly remaining for Denial. The confidence they've been playing with, you can't actually possibly rule them out of trying to go for this, and you'll see Daps rotate around onto Highway, and he's lurking up now with all intentions to try and continue on to this bomb, and Swag's pushed past him. I don't think he knows it. He's going to get AZK, and Swag's going to go down to Nafly, so it is a 2-on-2 now, as Nafly, the only one remaining in Skadoodle, closes out on Daps, and with not enough time to work with, Nafly at least gets Adren on the exit, so there is that to work with, and Skadoodle surely is going to die to this bomb with only 7 HP. Oh, 1 HP! Smart to turn around and look at it, so he'll hold on to that AK, but good damage dealt despite the fact that Denial gives up the round, so iBUYPOWER, an opportunity perhaps to start working their way back into this.
And that's very, very key, the fact that he lived there, because now he can drop one and buy himself an op. Money's still very tight on the iBUYPOWER side, and that is because, you know, Denial doing an excellent job of just shaving down their bank. They could not win that round in a 4v2 with the time ticking the way it was. They weren't going to win it, but they decided to push in with the bankroll that they did and kill as many terrorists as possible. I don't know if that was a conscious decision by the in-game leader Daps, or whether or not those guys just had the game sense or the balls just to go ahead and go, you know, take down a few members before they went out blazing.
Shazam catches one on AZK, but Skadoodle's already done damage with his AWP going the other way. And now Nafly is going to get swag at that door, and Skadoodle is going to have to fall back. So Denial again with an early advantage right now. And iBUYPOWER looking to regroup. What's your magic number? Can iBUYPOWER squeak by with 4 rounds, or will they need the standard 5 or 6 on
I think they're going to need at least 5. And I say that because if you roll in with 11 rounds as a CT and you're playing with the poise and confidence that Denial is right now, chances are you're going to take that momentum in the second half. Now, that said, anything can happen, but iBUYPOWER surely against Denial would be shaken by an 11-4 half on their own map choice.
And they already sound a little more quiet across the room. Of course, we can't see them, but I haven't heard them cheering because they haven't had much to cheer about in a while. And when that happens against a team like Denial, it gets under your skin because it's not a team that anyone was expecting to do this. And now the A-take is going to come in from iBUYPOWER as they desperately try and get into sight, but Nafly was pushed up and at least manages to take down Skadoodle before Nitro finds 1 kill. And it looks like there was also a Dren on the board with 1, but again, it's a 2-on-1 situation right now in favor of Denial. And as he goes for the bomb plant, it's such an awkward situation to be in that position, and that nade does so much damage that it's easy work for Todd right there. And now he will get the defuse as well, so 7-2 Denial, unbelievable start for them. They look ready to go. They look ready to move forward, and it's early to call that yet, but good start.
Anger just yelled across the room, quote, "What are you doing?" And that was, I'm sure, directed at Nitro, who planted wide out in the open to get killed by Anger from Truck. Questionable decision. It was a 2-on-2. Perhaps he thought he had enough time. The rotations weren't coming from the other side of the map. Something along those lines. But at the end of the day, that was questionable plant spot, and I think Denial just capitalized on that mistake more so than they made a great retake.
And now it's going to be a B push with pistols from iBUYPOWER as they try and get inside the site. We'll keep an ear on that shit talking as well because it's not uncommon. We see that at ESEA LAN. Of course, last year in the finals, iBUYPOWER and Complexity were going at it. But iBUYPOWER doing well to get inside the site right now, and Swag is actually going to get a bomb plant, so this will be good to help them gain some economy. And the retake's going to have to happen right now. And iBUYPOWER looking at 4 players all coming from CT side, and they're going to flash Swag out, and they're still blinded up, but Fugly luckily comes around and saves his teammate, and now Nitro in the back of the site has a big job ahead of him. Not going to happen, but look at Skadoodle right now as he picks up 2. Shazam manages to get back into him, but a Dren with the kill, and Skadoodle with that 3K gives iBUYPOWER a round, and they'll pick up that op as well, so now they're firmly back into this money-wise.
And that's exactly what iBUYPOWER needs here, is some individual performances to step up, carry the team a bit, not necessarily in frags, but in those small gameplay moments where momentum can change so swiftly. Skadoodle picks up a 3K, has that op in hand, and now it's 7-3. Denial leading iBUYPOWER currently, and, well, we got a lot of rounds here left to play.
Nafly, by the way, up to 14 kills already, but look at Skadoodle coming over the top and already finding 1. If he can get that off on point, it's like Kenny S on Titan in some respects. If he plays well, iBUYPOWER has every chance to win any situation, and he's got 1 already in this round, so a great start for them. Now they're just going to slow things down. They haven't quite opened up a sight. Skadoodle still working at mid. Dren's way out toward Toxic at B, and Daps is actually peeking them, so they could open up onto the B site right now if they wanted to. I'm not sure if this is going to amount to anything, but meanwhile in mid, things are getting really, really hot and heavy with those smokes out, blocking off iBUYPOWER, and they're actually going to head toward vents. As a result, Fugly spotted them up, but it's not going to be enough to slow them down, and now Daps is going to have a huge job ahead of him as they're going to come from both sides of him right now. But again, iBUYPOWER hasn't made it all the way through yet. Nafly at middle is going to catch out Swag, and that's going to continue to slow them down as they try and get inside those vents. Nitro responds onto Fugly, and they know where Naf is, trying to spam him out inside Z, but look at this, they've pushed up into middle, and they've actually opened up a site as Shazam's rotated around, so Skadoodle looking up toward that quad has an opportunity to push into that A site should they choose to do so, and it will be interesting to decide. It looks like they will. As the Dren's pushed into A main, and now Shazam is going to be the one in position, and he catches out Skadoodle, and that is the off down, and the bomb's actually dropped up on top of T-Red as a result, and that's unfortunate as now Nafly picks up 1, and Shazam closes out on Nitro, so Denial's patience pays off, and they catch out iBUYPOWER trying to get back into the A site. Shazam not rotating overly eager, and and stays there to defend.
iBUYPOWER's indecision over there at mid. I think they made the right call to go A there, as Shazam was starting to rotate a bit early. But it became a war of attrition at mid. We saw Naf and Fugly both pick up kills, and then Naf was there at the truck to aid Shazam when he needed it most, and so that allowed Shazam to just pick up those 2 kills at the end. And it took about 30 seconds in total to get all those kills racked up. It took a while. No trades on the board for iBUYPOWER.
No. Look at this mid presence, though. They're like spiders just flooding inside that mid presence right now, and they've got onto the onto the highway. That Molotov will slow them down. Fugly's going to pick off one in Skadoodle, and look at the boost they're trying to do and get Kevin up over top and see if he can get inside, with a shot inside the site. But they're still continuing to trade out. Nafly and Nitro each picking up a kill. Anger with that beautiful shot from the FAMAS, but Nitro immediately responds, and things now looking good for iBUYPOWER on what started as a save round. They've taken down 3 denial players, and Nitro's got a gun to work with. The bomb's down inside the site, very near to where he is, and look at that, Nitro, he's so good at playing on this red box and getting up over top of it, and immediately he peeks toward Nafly, does good damage, but Nafly's not having any of it, and he will take him down, so Denial continue on with absolute ruthlessness against iBUYPOWER.
Naf, with the swiftness of the op, picks up that last kill there, and really a versatile player throughout the entire day here at ESEA LAN. He has absolutely made an incredible performance out of every single match so far, and this one is no exception. Denial pulling up 9-3 over iBUYPOWER.
We're 12 rounds in. Nafly's at 18 already, and only 11, well, I shouldn't say only 11 and 10 for Shazam, so 3 players in the double digits. No one doing that on iBUYPOWER's side. And in fact, if you look at Daps, who's got the lowest amount of kills, almost as more than, or as much as anyone on iBUYPOWER, so just goes to show you how one-sided it's actually been.
In this round, we see Shazam over in Z, and Anger and Fugly working that A-bomb site in tandem. They go for a 2-1-2 setup, which might just be the right call as iBUYPOWER's mounting up for an A-take. 3 players moving into the blue door here, escaping into the A-bomb site. Shazam picks up the first from Highway. Fugly is locked into that corner right there.
That's right, and Anger's going to go ahead and drop the bomb off Skadoodle right there, and it's all on Adren, so a little bit of a change of pace. They try and get Shazam elsewhere with that op to slow them down, and it just goes to show that they've got the versatility to work with as well, because Anger played well in that spot, and they completely shut iBUYPOWER down yet again.
I'll tell you what, we commented on it earlier, and it wasn't a knock against him personally or anything like that, but Anger a little quiet this tournament, which probably was the most expected of player, despite being a new player.
I didn't make this mention, but you mentioned that Anger yelled out toward Nitro, "What are you doing?" Well, Anger replaced Nitro on this Denial roster so that Nitro could leave to join iBUYPOWER.
Right.
You got to wonder what Nitro's thinking right now.
And I tell you what, he's the loudest member over there on the Denial side, having a few huge rounds so far as iBUYPOWER just took the B-bomb site with little to no resistance.
All Fugly, though, on the retake. Will take down Swag. That was the gun they picked up, and now Fugly's going to go ahead and get, wow, pretty much everyone that's left. Nitro and AZK go down. And that's going to do it for another round. So 14 rounds in. It's already 11 on the board, and this isn't even close right now. iBUYPOWER's not finding any entries and no picks, and the CT side of Denial is so strong. It has to be said, they're playing perfectly, not overcommitting to peaks and letting the playing Counter-Strike as they should. They've got to come to the CT side, so why should they go hunting and overcommitting to anything?
Sure, and Frank, you know, I almost said frankly, and I got corrected in the middle of the broadcast not to do that anymore, so I won't. It's 11-3 Denial, and their rotations have been on point all game, and they've made some tremendous individual efforts all across the board. But as a team, they're working as a unit, and there's something to be said for that. The new roster, Skadoodle picking up a huge frag on Nafly there at mid.
Potential that he could find another one as well, but they're going to actually change their focus onto this big garage. AZK is going to get Molotov'd out of position, but he manages to get back across, and he does good damage onto Anger right there, down to 49 with that spam, and now Skadoodle back on top with only 2 HP, manages to collect that kill. Shazam still over back toward A main, and Swag now working with Adren toward B, as Fugly retreats out of middle, or pardon me, out of checker. Gets back into position. It looks like he's got the support of Daps there, and that's been traditional. Those two playing together, and Daps is going to get AZK, an immediate response to his teammate's death. This is the last round of the first half, so it's all in from both teams. Nitro's going to pick up on Daps, but only after he took down Swag, so Shazam in a 1v3 to try and get even more rounds going the way. Oh, I think he can just, no, he can't quite see the belt. I thought he could see the graphic and positioning of Skadoodle. And if they could get 12 rounds on the CT side, it would be a hard and unbelievably tough task for iBUYPOWER. Oh, actually hit him right there, down to 22, looking to do any damage he can and give his chances a little bit more lifting right now. And then, yeah, he's just going to run into the site. There's no point in saving, so let's see what he can do. Gets one on Skadoodle, trying to find that one on Adren now as well, but as he falls down, Adren responds, and they will pick up that 4th round. So 11-4, Denial making quick work of Team iBUYPOWER. That eco really put them back into it, and they never looked back from there.
Yeah, I think it was Shazam and Daps there both making heroic efforts to try and salvage that last round of the half, but the story there was Skadoodle just lighting it up with the op, picking up 2 huge frags at mid, opening up the round for iBUYPOWER, allowing them to go vents to B, and Daps was stranded all alone. Shazam had a long rotate, Fugly getting flanked from vents, and, you know, beautiful round by iBUYPOWER, but 11-4, I'm not sure if that's enough. Well, you asked me if 4 rounds was enough. I
know, because I had a feeling that's all they were going to get the way they were playing, and that's where they land. So we'll see how it changes here. Going to be an AZK, an AZ75 out for AZK as he heads toward A with that, and he's pretty much the only one over there. Although it looks like Nitro's coming up highway to help support him. A decoy grenade out in the middle to help out. Oh, Swag catches Shazam, and that's very important because it is the bomb. And I'm not sure if Nitro's going to catch someone out in middle right now, but Fugly's going to work toward B, and they've got to try and recover that position. They're doing so just now, and it's all on Swag, who goes down in the back of the site, and now Fugly and Co are moving in. Nafly is going to get one, but Skadoodle, there it is, picking up a double, looking for the triple onto Daps right now, and if he pops out one more time, he might find that frag. Only 64 HP for Daps. Is the last man standing, and Nitro will get that kill, so 2 straight pistol rounds going the way of iBUYPOWER, but the rounds in between are not there, and now they've got a chance to try and at least make this to 11-7.
I think it was Swag picked up that first kill onto Shazam outside of B. That was the bomb carrier. The momentum changes there when suddenly you got to change your strat to go recover a bomb. And certainly the outside B presence is lost there, and iBUYPOWER cleaning up that first pistol round, and now Denial with 6 rounds till tie to work with. Begin it with a CZ armor buy.
Looks like Denial's going to commit toward the A side of the map right now, coming in from main, so it'll be AZK and Nitro holding that position, and AZK is definitely giving away his position noise-wise, but he's trying to get that peek and see exactly where they are, and here they come into the site. Nitro's going to get the first one. AZK doing good damage to Fugly, will finally take him down, but Nafly gets that kill, and down goes Nitro again. Nafly showing off huge skill as he's already up to 2 kills, and now he's going to try and work out and get that gun, but he knows they're already on highway, and there's not much of an opportunity for him to do so, so let's see what Skadoodle can do as the bomb is down for Denial. So again, we're looking at a potential eco on the 2nd round of a halftime, and that would be huge if they could do that again and just absolutely throw iBUYPOWER out the window. Adren gets one there for iBUYPOWER, though. Now Adren's going to get a second. That's Nafly, and Shazam's down as well, so Adren gets a 3K as he rotates in. Didn't quite see that coming from his perspective, but nonetheless, he's on the board, and 11-6 will be our score. iBUYPOWER not making the same mistake they made in the first half.
You know, Skadoodle had a kit right there. If he did not, if for whatever reason they did not have a kit right there, that would have gone to Denial. Maybe they would have worked towards the site quicker. Maybe some of those kills would have gone their way. But iBUYPOWER pulling it through, cutting that deficit to 5. Excellent work by Denial. That was a great bomb plant. They took a couple guns away, and well, something to be said for that, as T-side cash can usually be a grind. Round by round, you got to take this 11 and turn it into a 16, and you start with your money control. Took some armor to do it.
Skadoodle might get caught here, though. He's still scoped in. Now he falls back. They were stacked up inside the garage. Oh, nice shot onto Fugly. Beautiful play. Had they pushed through that smoke, though, they would have had Skadoodle, and now they are going to go through the vents over toward the B side, and that's where Swag is waiting with his M4, and he's getting a little bit cheeky right now, and he does find out on Daps, but Nafly immediately responds, and he's got an opportunity to push through, and Anger's going to catch out Adren, so again, they're doing good work on an eco round, and here comes the rotations, though, as we see 2 coming in through vents, and Nitro and Skadoodle are going to be the first 2 to get inside right now. See what they can do against both Anger and Nafly, and already Anger's going to get taken down from that grenade, so it's all on Nafly, and Skadoodle finds him, but they've got enough money from that bomb plant. We will definitely see a gun round at an 11-7 scoreline. Denial on the T side. Now I said it, T side can make or break you. They did all the work they had to do on CT, but they've still got work to do to make sure they close it out.
Now, Shazam, with that second bomb plant, is able to pick up an AWP. So, full buy here from Denial. This is the truest of tests. Can they close it out early, or is this going to be a grinder to the finish? This is where we know. 11-7, deficit cut to 4. iBUYPOWER looking to gain some traction. Still a FAMAS on the ground.
Look at the mid presence right now, though, from iBUYPOWER. They've got potential here to go for a counter boost. No, actually, I take that back. I thought that Skadoodle was going to push up with AZK. They chose not to.
Yeah, Dren went straight for those vents after he set AZK up over there in the corner. Just buying their time is Denial. They don't need to do anything drastic yet. Can't say for sure whether or not the scouting report on either team has been too full, especially with the recent roster changes. Even here at this event, a lot of the times they're playing at the same time as each other, so maybe they don't have the fullest of intel. But Denial seems to possibly be choosing correctly at this A bomb site as we have Nitro alone at that quad jump, peeking over. 50 seconds left on the clock. In a moment, iBUYPOWER, there it is, Skadoodle rotating back, the smokes are coming in, Denial exits out of that A main. Naf audio bird quad challenging Nitro, and he picks up the frag. And the bomb is going to go down here from Dap. Skadoodle locked out by those smokes.
And we'll see if Skadoodle can find at least one entry to get him back inside. Denial continuing to get bomb plants, but they've got to start to hold the sites and go with it. And this time they've got guns to try and do it.
With the flank.
As I say that, though, as you're right, AZK coming around, and he gets one inside blue, and now he can try and push out. Meanwhile, Daps is inside doing good work. And let's see if Swag can get a shot on Anger. So it's all on Shazam, and I don't think he can possibly do this with this angle with the AWP. He gets the first one. He gets the second one on Skadoodle, but Swag's holding it. He misses on Swag, and he just barely gets it. Oh, that is way too close for comfort after he missed that first op shot, but a huge play with Shazam, and how dare I doubt him and think that for 1 second he couldn't possibly get that. And
Anger so loud there, yelling. You gotta feel the excitement as Shazam picks up that 1v3 with the op. You know, Denial, I mean, obviously iBUYPOWER is gonna come knocking on that door to defuse that bomb, but, you know, you're a little over peaky there as you lost 3 very quick kills, and a Shazam with a huge kill through smoke against AZK, crossing to that cat box, an opening entry on an eco here. And CZ's always a potential threat, but they cut that 5-man roster down to 4. Threat neutralized over there at mid. Swag posing the greatest threat here as he has a crossfire with the Dren over there in Checkers, picking one up onto Anger. And there's another one of the Daps. Nap answer, and now it is a 2-on-1. Nitro stranded over there. That A bomb site has an AK in hand, rotating over.
And this could be another one here going the way of Denial as they'll get the bomb plant. And 2 players remain, so it's all on Nitro to retake, and they're doing a phenomenal job. I called it. They were getting the bomb plants even on the pistol rounds, and now they've got guns to work with, and that trend's continuing. But when they've got that extra firepower, it's just what they need to take down iBUYPOWER. Nitro's going to come in. There's a good entry on Naf, but he hasn't spotted up the second player yet. It is going to be Shazam, and he's all the way back in the backside of Checkers. I think he knows that's where he's got to be, and he tries to bait him out with that fake, and Shazam's wise to it, and Nitro's going to run from it. He's going to go away. He's got no kit, so there's no opportunity, and that's going to give another round to Denial. So 13 on the board. They only need 3 more, and iBUYPOWER is falling out of this very quickly.
Smart play by Shazam there, armed with only an op. He knows Nitro doesn't have a kit because it's an eco. I'm sure that was communicated to him by his teammates if he didn't already know it himself. So that 10-second barrier, you know he has to fake and get that kill quickly. He did not bite. Nitro forced to save. Shazam leaves with that op, and Denial leaves with that 13th round, extending that lead once again. iBUYPOWER struggling somewhat on their CT side here thus far.
Swag's over toward B. It looked like there was going to be an early presence there, but they've fallen off, and now Skadoodle in mid might see Nafly, who's boosted up but not peeking, has to be said. And just waiting for that opportunity to try and catch out Skadoodle. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is looking for picks. It's going to be Nafly still over toward B.
And Denial just setting up every map. You know, most teams have a default. They're doing theirs right now. But the difference between most teams and what Denial's doing right now is they're being so disciplined with their peaks.
100%.
They are taking risks only
AZK,
when it's a
boost,
guaranteed kill, and I'm sure I'm going to jinx somebody here, but Even Daps challenging 3 in a site, choosing not to peek wide and find himself more than one as he's about to encounter AZK.
Fugly's got swag down at B, and that might be an opportunity, and it would be a welcome one for Denial to head over in that direction, because Daps is going to walk out into a trap as AZK's boosted up, and now Nitro's going to get one. That's the bomb. Shazam manages to lag onto AZK, but it's not going to be enough, and with that angle, that boost is being really good for them, and he also rotates back and catches out Nafly as well, so Fugly is the only one now remaining as he comes back over from the B side. So iBUYPOWER using some clever tactics there to get another round to go their way. And you're right, back to your point, I talked to Daps in between games. He said, we're not doing anything fancy, we're just doing the default. And it's working.
I said it before, I'll say it again in that C9 matchup. Even when you're an underdog, the most important thing you can remember is the most basic of Counter-Strike concepts. You know, disciplined peaks. You know, playing the bomb, working with your teammates, communicating in 2v2s, 2v1s, things of that nature, any kind of clutch situation. AZK has an auto sniper.
Yep. We saw actually, I believe it was Titan with Maniac to do this. No, I think it was either Titan or Fnatic. I don't think I casted Mouse when they did it.
Oh, all right, fair enough. But I saw Mouse, I think it was Kerrigan.
Oh, you're right. I was casting that. You're right. It was Kerrigan. Good call by you. So yeah, Kerrigan was playing this position quite frequently with it, and it was pretty strong.
Over there at that A site, yes. And in fact, in North America, I don't think I've ever seen that. And I'm sure I'll see a lot of it now.
That smoke just disappearing. Fugly's going to get caught out. Nitro's got 1, AZK's got 2, AZK's got 3, AZK's got 4. And there's the power of the auto sniper. 2 straight rounds, he picks up a 4K. Things are looking very good now for Kevin, as before that round, and before those 2 rounds, he was only sitting on, well, about 6 frags, so.
I'll be the first to say it in before all the HLTV threads complaining about the auto sniper. So
auto sniper, CZ, P90.
4K.
Let's just play only AK, Colt, and default pistols.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. But leave the jumping scout in, because that's just so swaggered.
I feel like a Call of Duty player every time I use it.
Skadoodle's going to get 1 inside checker. Now he's going to get the second, but Shazam's there to clean him up. But not before Adren can mop up the remaining Denial players. A 3K for him, so iBUYPOWER is in this game. And Denial's not out of the woods yet. 10-3 now our score. And the economy, this time they will be able to buy on Denial, but the economy not strong. They've got to get around here, and they've got to do it quickly, because this could be 13-12 before we know it.
Whittling down to just a handful of potential buy rounds left if they lose out. And of course, sitting at that precarious 13 on the hard side. You win one, you lose one, you broke your money. And that 10 rounds could quickly turn to 16 as iBUYPOWER is steaming with momentum now. All on, I guess, Shazam's shoulders. Really, when you work the op on cash, you look to open up that entry frag and start the momentum back in your direction. And it will be up to him to find where the weakest point is. Maneuvering around from outside of B to mid. Skadoodle holds for him, and he shuts him down. So this is now a 4-on-5 with an auto sniper and op up against 4 AKs.
iBUYPOWER looks like they've woken up now, and they're in this game. They're not making the same careless mistakes, and the last couple rounds have been really organized from then. I said T-side would make or break for Denial, and if they can't find a way back into this, it's going to be iBUYPOWER just steamrolling through the final round. Skadoodle's still in middle, not able to catch up the fact that they are heading in toward those vents. But here comes a boost, and Daps is actually going to take down Adren, but not before Nafly does his damage, and that slows them down 3v4 as they rush into the bomb site, and Swag still waits inside, and Skadoodle rotating in behind manages to get one. Fugly catches Swag though, but Skadoodle's now up to a double, and Nitro's going to try and catch out Fugly, the last player remaining. And with that Molotov down, it's going to force him out into the open, and there it is. Nitro's going to get that, so again, they'll be back onto the save on the T side, although this is a good number of rounds in succession.
They will
have a bonus.
On full bonus. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and buy up some CZs. They know they're going to get some money this round. You know, there's a small window of time when you run a mid-B take where you can face no rotators. They did not know Adren was under the vent. They traded on him just fine, but Swag was tucked deep in the back of that B bomb site, was not over peeking, and I believe it was Daps and Anger were bumping into each other trying to get that trade out in front of the B bomb site. And that confusion, that miscoordination just caused a quick 5-second delay. Skadoodle came in through the vent, picked up that CZ kill, and suddenly the odds were against Denial to take that site at all.
Denial going to try and do what iBUYPOWER did in the first half with 4 players going inside that A site, and look at that, they just mopped the floor similar to how Denial did it with them in the first half, and Nitro with a hat trick, Swag with 2. That's going to put us at 13-12 now, and it's getting close. It's a little bit close for comfort, perhaps, for Denial. They started off so strong, but iBUYPOWER pulled up their socks and looking more like the team we know them as.
And here we go again as Denial is on a full buy. Shazam working that AWP. A quick entry would do the trick. Denial needs to find a weakness somewhere. iBUYPOWER running a 2-2-1. Interesting. Skadoodle working that op over at that cat box. Sure to find Daps. There it is. Picking up that kill very early on the round.
But look at Swag as he pushed up in the smoke. No, he fails. Shazam actually gets a TK out of that. Somehow he hit Nafly through him there. But he does get Swag. Unfortunately, it does mean they're 2 men down, and they're in a 3 versus 4 situation. Is still in middle. They look for one more frag, and now it's Shazam inside the site. As Skadoodle's going to find 2 more with his AWP, and Shazam's got to find an answer as he is in a 1v4, and we're looking at a 13-13 game, and suddenly Denial's dream run is running out of steam right now, and they've got to do something immediately.
Now, I said sometime after halftime that it's up to the individuals of iBUYPOWER to step up and steal this momentum away. Skadoodle with a huge 4K, absolutely taking iBUYPOWER to the next level. Now it is 13-13. Denial on the save. iBUYPOWER on the brink of taking a lead. You know, at this point, Denial, the confidence, the loudness, you haven't heard anger or hoop or holler in the last 5 rounds now. And Denial, hopefully, if you're in any sort of confidence for them, you know, that bomb's down A main. The rush is going to be delayed somewhat. But Skadoodle was alone there at A main for a moment as they set up those smokes. And now it's 4-on-3 in that A bomb site with full smoke, auto sniper, and an op. Fugly picking 1 onto that auto. But Shazam with a second TK. That's got to be shaking confidence.
Absolutely, and full credit to iBUYPOWER, by the way, for not getting too rattled by the fact that Denial got that start on them, and they're trying to hold on to this, and they've clawed their way back into it mentally very strong, and now they will complete the retake. Skadoodle stayed alive the entire time inside the site, just dancing around back by quad, and there's another defuse. So 2 rounds to go now for iBUYPOWER. Denial, although they get another bomb plant, they aren't concluding the rounds or holding on to the bomb sites at all.
And this is another full buy out of Denial after that save. With that bomb plant, they're going to have plenty of nades, and this is their real last chance at stealing this match from iBUYPOWER, buying an eco win. And, you know, like I said, 2 TKs out of Denial or Shazam and the last 2 rounds now. So this is full steam ahead for Skadoodle and company, but Denial not out of it yet.
They're going to go ahead and boost up Nitro inside over top of T-Red so we can just see, or pardon me, CT-Red. So we can see exactly where they're coming from at A main, and he's got his attention pulled toward middle right now just to make sure they don't head that direction. Meanwhile, they are slowly creeping in toward the B halls, but they've still got Swag and Adren over in that side, and Adren's holding on to a second op that's on the board for them. Skadoodle holding on to the first one. And that's going to give them a good angle, and look at Swag again, is pushed up and ready to make something happen, but Shazam's going to find a pick on Skadoodle, so that's off down on the other side, and they've rotated back to A main, but those flashes push them back just too far, as Nafly now is going to come out from the blue door, but AZK holding on is managing to take him down, but he's about to be overwhelmed as they come around the corner, but they're peeking him individually, and he manages to get a double, and now Nitro manages to get Fugly as well, and Shazam's going to find himself in a 1v1 as he could find that kill coming around, and hopefully he can find that bomb and get it down. He hasn't found the opportunity to do so, and Swag comes in from A main, and absolutely no idea he was there. He gets an easy kill on Shazam, and now it's match point for iBUYPOWER, and not a good situation at all for Denial as they only pick up 2 rounds. It was 11-4 at halftime.
It was.
And now iBUYPOWER is doing a phenomenal job.
And I said 11-4 wasn't enough, but here we are, 15-13. iBUYPOWER on top. Shazam with an op in hand and most of a full buy from Denial, so they're going to have one last shot at it here.
Adren now pushing up in middle is going to get 1. Takes a little bit of damage in return, and now he's going to try and rotate through vents. Skadoodle gets 1 as well, and now Nitro's going to rotate over. It's going to be all on Swag as they come in. I take that back. Skadoodle's still down on the floor, but there it is. Anger gets the kill, and now they will try and execute on to Swag, and he's going to fall back and try and smoke them out. That unfortunately bounced incorrectly and didn't get into the site, but the bomb's still not down, and the rotations are coming over quite quickly, and there it is. Anger's going to pass that over to Nafly. He'll go ahead and plant. Swag still back on the CT side, tries to rotate in. Nitro's still looking out at middle, interestingly enough. AZK will come in from checkers. Nitro's going to get one. Nitro's going to get two right now for iBUYPOWER. And it's all on Nafly, and that's going to do it. Map number one will go the way of Team iBUYPOWER, and they come out absolutely flying on the CT side and pull themselves together. They almost lost 2 pistol rounds, ecos that might have changed everything. And unfortunately, Denial couldn't get it together on their T side at all. And I said it, T side make or break you, and they only needed a few rounds. They only got 2.
Now,